Hi, my name is Pat, one of the technicians here with Micro Center, and today we are continuing our video series on Microsoft Access 2010, Microsoft's database software. Now, one of the great features in Microsoft Access is its ability to import data from sources other than a Microsoft database itself. One of these sources can be a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. And there are a few ways that Microsoft Access can import the spreadsheets from Excel, such as you can use a spreadsheet to create a new table in Microsoft Access. You can use a spreadsheet to add records to an existing table in Microsoft Access, or you can even set up a spreadsheet to be synchronized with Access to automatically copy over new saved data in that spreadsheet. So today we're going to show you how to go in and set that all up. All right, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to open Microsoft Access. I'm going to click on the Start button, All Programs. I'm going to expand the Microsoft Office folder and click on Microsoft Access 2010. And it's already got a list of my most recently worked on databases, so I'm going to click on my sample one, this my company database. And so we're going to be importing Excel spreadsheets into Microsoft Access. So I've got two spreadsheets here that I've made. There's one that's a sales spreadsheet. It's just got some fields there for some sample sales for a company, and I've also got a customers spreadsheet. It's got some customer information in it. So if I go ahead and open up Microsoft Access again, I'm going to click on the external data up here and click on the import Excel icon, and I'm going to browse and look for the Excel spreadsheet that I want to import from. So I'm going to click on browse. I've got these files saved on my desktop. So the first one here, I'm going to make a new table in Access with this sales merchandise table. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that and click on Open, and it's going to import source data into a new table. I'm going to click on OK, and it's got some options for me here. I'm just going to click Next through here, and I want the first row column headings. As you can see in this table, first row here, I've got order number, sale date, customer number, so on and so forth, and then the data underneath that. So Access can actually use that to have the column headings in the table. So that's what I want to use. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that checked there, and I'm going to click on Next. And here you have the option to select what you want the data type to be for each field. So I'm going to kind of leave these as their default setting because Access is pretty smart. It already knows that this is date and time, and this is going to be the text field, which is what I wanted anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and click Next, but just know that you do have that option. And this one here, I'm going to actually set the option to choose my own primary key, which I want it to be order number. All the numbers that I've inserted into that table or into that spreadsheet there are each unique numbers, and that's what I want to be my primary key. So, but you have the option to choose whatever you want to be the primary key. Just remember, with the primary key in the table, each key has to be completely unique in that table. There cannot be any duplicates. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Next, and I can now give it a name. I'm just going to call this Sales Merchandise. And I'm going to finish. It's going to give me the option to save these import steps. If this is something that you're going to be doing a lot with the same steps that I've kind of chosen, you can check this box. I'm going to leave this unchecked because I kind of want to go through every time the wizard goes through to choose my own layout here. But I'm going to click Close. And now we notice that there's a new table here, Sales Merchandise. Open that up, and there's all the data that was in that Excel spreadsheet. So another option that you have with importing data from Excel is to import data into a table that already exists in your Microsoft Access database, such as this customers table that I have. I've only got one record here so far in this field, but if you look here in the customers spreadsheet, I have a lot of data, and I'd like to import this into this table that already exists. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the Import Excel again. I'm going to choose the append the copy of records to, and it's going to let me choose which table I want to import to. I'm going to go ahead and choose the customers. Browse, and select the proper Excel spreadsheet and click OK. And it's going to have the same options as we had before, except for the table that we already have already has the field headings in it. But I can just go ahead and click next through this and click on Finish. Close, and now we notice if I open up the customers table again, instead of having that just one field, it's got multiple ones here now, all the ones that was saved in that Excel spreadsheet. The final option that you can have, which is actually a really neat feature with Microsoft Access, is you can link an Excel spreadsheet with a Microsoft Access table, in that when any time a change is made on the spreadsheet, that change also takes effect in the table itself. So I'm going to use the sales merchandise table as an example. So if I go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and import again, link the data source by creating a linked table. I'm going to go ahead and browse here, click on sales merchandise. I'm going to go ahead and click next through all these. We've been through that before. I'm going to go ahead and call this sales merchandise linked. Finish. Click OK. So now it's got all the records in here, but we close out Access. And if I go back to the sales merchandise table, I'm actually going to add a new record here, and I'm just going to give it a generic one. So create some random data. And we're just going to kind of play around so we can see that this definitely is not a real record in the table, but just to show that it will actually show up in Access when I save this. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Save. I'm going to close that. I'm going to open Access again. Click on My Company. Open the linked table here. And if I scroll all the way down, we notice that that record I just created in the Excel spreadsheet is now visible here and saved in this table. So that's the different options that there are to import Microsoft Excel spreadsheets into Microsoft Access 2010. For more questions, please visit us at www.microcentertech.com.